Hey everyone, Rob St. John here, District Director and Managing Broker for Fathom Realty in Louisville, Kentucky, bringing you a new market update for our Jefferson County real estate market. So let's go ahead and dive into that update now. So as I mentioned, this is a county-wide market report for Jefferson County. If you are interested in getting a more specific market report for your specific, right down to your neighborhood, your zip code, whatever it is, just let me know. You can call, text, or email me and let me know what it is you're looking for as far as information. So let's go ahead and dig in. First things first. So this is a county-wide market report for Jefferson County regarding all property types. So this is hitting on real estate activity across all property types. This includes single-family residential homes, commercial property, multifamily homes, vacant land, condos, townhomes, patio homes. It's all real estate activity within Jefferson County. Okay, so let's take a quick first look at general sales trends. So you can see in October, we actually had 829 total homes that sold and closed in the month of October. Now, a lot of that probably went under contract, more like September timeframe, because typically we see more finance transactions than we do cash transactions. Now, that I don't have any kind of breakdown as to cash versus finance, but just know that it's likely that most of this data is based on finance transactions, which means the most of these properties probably went under contract in either very late August or during the month of September. Couple things you can see. So number one, not a big increase from October of last year to October of this year as far as the number of transactions. That said, it is a good sign that there is some increase. One of the big stories within real estate has always been and always will be interest rates. And as those have been kind of volatile recently, the number of transactions has gone down. Now, with this, we're actually seeing a slight increase from the same time last year. That's good news. The big story here, in my opinion, is right here in this median sale price. You can see that the middle road, so median price is not necessarily the average, but it's the most medium middle price of properties that sold, has actually come up 11% from the same time last year. So sellers are genuinely selling their properties for a better price right now. And another thing, so we'll look at total year to date, you can see is almost exactly 8,250 homes as of at the end of October of last year, to 8,233 homes through October of this year. So really no change whatsoever regarding the total number of sales. The other thing is days on market. You can see there's almost no change across the board from last month, nor from the same time period last year on the amount of time on market. And that days on market tells us how long from the time the property went active in the MLS until it actually got an accepted offer. Okay, so let's take a look. What does the current market look like here in Jefferson County? Right now, you can see there are 1,429 properties for sale. Okay, so across the board of all property types, again, just a quick reminder, this is single family homes. This is condos. This is multifamily property. This is vacant land. It's commercial. Across the board, we have 1,429 properties currently available for sale. We have 1,124 properties currently under contract and working towards close. So next month, when we do this update, I would expect that we're probably closer to 1,000 closings, through the end of November, just based on the under contract data here. Okay, you can also see we've got a pretty wide range of prices. We go everywhere from, just call it $20,000 all the way up through to $8 million. So our price range here in Jefferson County is pretty vast, with a middle ground, a median price, list price of just shy of $285. Okay, All right. So this is interesting to look at this home sold. So you've got 2022, 2023, and 2024. And you can see we had this like peak in June of 22. And then, years go by and you can see the downward trend, downward trend, downward trend. Well, the good news is from September and October, we're starting to see that transactional count go back up. Okay. So we're starting, I would suspect that again, November, we're going to see an increase in transactions. December, we're likely to see an increase in transactions. It means more people are transacting, more people are in the market, especially now we've gotten past all the election and everything there. It's my belief that the real estate market is poised to really start to trend upward again as far as activity. So, if all that to say, if you're considering selling your property, you definitely want to maybe start having some of those conversations. I'll include a link here for both my free home seller guide, which walks you through just a ton of information about figuring out, is it what needs to be done to get you ready to sell. There'll be a link for a quiz I put together to determine if now is the right time to consider selling based on your personal situation, um, as well as a link where you can get a start on your process by just getting a fairly accurate, albeit automated home valuation. So I've invested in some technology that does a great job of getting you started with that automated home valuation. So I'll include all those links here with this information. Okay, another good piece of info. I love seeing this. This is the sale to list price ratio. This is a number that tells us when a seller puts a property out there at their list price, how much of that list price um, are they getting on average? Okay, so this is telling us that when a seller puts a home on the market, they're getting almost their asking price nearly every time. Okay. Um, this tells us a couple of things. Number one, it tells us that buyers are still willing to pay a premium, right? Number two, it tells us that the market is seeing value in the properties that are put out there because number three, they're priced appropriately. Nobody's asking too much according to what the market is saying. People are generally getting the price that they're asking when they put that out there. And you can see that trend has held strong since really since March. So we've really seen a solid trend. We did actually see, we saw slight increase here in May and June, that summertime market when maybe there was even more activity, multiple offers and things like that going on where people were paying more than the sellers were asking. And now we're more in this general um, area where things are more easily accessible because they're priced appropriately. Okay, a couple other things to look at. So, what are the general market conditions? So, what we're seeing is um, we're seeing about 11 days are the typical time on market. So, less than 2 weeks from the time the home goes active and live in the multiple listing service and is being advertised to the time that a seller accepts a contract, it's typically right around 2 weeks. You can see 11 days, right? You also see here an interesting statistic that in October, 27% of the properties that were sold were actually sold over their original asking price. Okay. And so you factor in a bunch of that information and you can see where we are. We're still very comfortably seated in a seller's market. We can see here we've got 1.7 months of inventory. And basically, what that is telling us is if nothing else were to be listed for sale, it would take, at the pace that we're currently selling properties, it would take roughly 1.7 months to actually sell everything that's currently available in our market. Okay. So that's a supply and demand situation. And you can see here, what does a seller's market mean for buyers and sellers? Okay, how does it impact sellers? So then again, you'll have a link to visit this. You can kind of see how all of the different price ranges break out. Even in this range where you're upwards of 900 to over a million, still very short amounts of inventory. Okay. So it's still, regardless of the price point, still a very, very strong market. Okay. For sellers. All right. Let's keep going here. Days on market, you can see this 800 to 900K range, is a little bit higher. Everything else is kind of in this less than 20 days, some cases less than 2 weeks. So some really interesting things going on here within our real estate market here in Jefferson County. If you have any other further questions, or again, if you want a more specific market report to your neighborhood, your zip code, whatever it might be, just let me know. Reach out. You can call, text, or email me. Let me know what you're looking for as far as a market report, and I'll be sure to get you a link to that very, very specific market report. So outside of that, I just want to say thank you for taking a moment to watch this. Be sure to check out the free resources we've provided. We got your home seller guide, the quiz, and a link to get a free automated home valuation to at least understand where you might be starting, or a range in which you might be able to expect if you were considering selling your home. It's also good information just to have. You want to know, you definitely want to know just the general value on your property. I think it's your one of your single largest assets that you own. So it's always good to know kind of where you stand with that valuation. Thanks again for watching. Have an amazing day.